We probably have a little bit of everything at this stage, in some quantity. That's an energy cell. Yes, we've got everything we need for that. Just a basic one will be adequate?
Yeah, just a basic one is going to be accurate. We don't need to mod it up. It's just the only reason we had to do that for the aqueous accumulators is because they normally do not have the water throughput needed to keep up with the steam production. And so that's why I had to augment those. This thing, we don't really need to worry about that.
Wow. You know what we don't have, interestingly enough? Nether brick. I'm going to the fortress. I'll be right back. That's kind of funny.
Actually, you know, an elite universal cable has a capacity of 25.6 KRF per tick.
That's still not enough, though, is it?
25,000?
Yeah, I thought you said it was 34,000 this thing was going to be producing.
No, it's going to be producing 24.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we don't have to go that crazy then.
Yeah, this is actually going to be fairly straightforward.
Oh, crap. Well. But, yeah, and we could keep the two power lines on separate networks if we wanted. So that the reactor that's powering the base isn't being tied up, also doesn't get grabbed for powering the mining laser. Sound sensible?
Indeed.
The only downside to that means we will need a second Tesseract. But everything we need is already in the system, so I'm just going to start making a Tesseract here. Because we can. And it's already filling the Tesseract frame. That's how fast this system is building the Tesseract now. Love it. Tesseracts on demand. In fact, we could probably use two of them. I'll go to a different terminal, and I'm going to have a look at what it requires to start the mining laser. Because...
Alright, meanwhile, I've got some elite universal cables that can transport 25.6 KRF per tick.
Perfect. Of course, the funny thing is, if we're going to be using... it occurs to me that if we're going to be using more Tesseracts, we aren't actually going to need the cable, are we?
Yeah.
Because we talked about putting this on a separate network.
True.
But we'll need it to power. We'll still need it to power the mining laser because there's 4 pre-charger. You can't have a Tesseract to all 4 of the mining laser parts, or do you?
Yeah, but however, each one only needs about 5,000 RF per tick,
Yeah,
and so you can have it kind of quasi-centered, and then each corner has its own 5,000 coming out from it.
Okay. Well, let's.
However, I've still got the elite cable, so we can still use it.
I'm sure we can find a use for it. Okay. Let's see. So, glowstone illuminators. Okay, so we need to make
glowstone illuminators. What for? Oh yeah, the pre-chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
or
looks
just,
like we're heating up here.
There's an Ender IO recipe that uses
there is.
Much cheaper, much easier to make product. Uses lights, so we'll use that recipe instead.
There was a problem with that recipe, I thought. Hang on.
Is there? Well, it's nothing that we won't be able to use. Let me see.
Oh no, actually, that does look pretty easy. I mean, it's just hardened glass, which we can have on farm since we've got obsidian on farm. Double layer capacitors are going to be easy peasy, and then a light, which is just regular glass, iron, and cobble. So yeah, that's pathetically easy to make now. That's almost too easy.
Yeah. The upside being we don't have to try and figure out how to make these very fancy glowstone things. Actually, the only one that's really hard is these glowstone illuminators. They're the only part of it that's really irritating, shall we say? And that's just because we're futzing around with the fancy glowstone stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so we just need to make a whole bunch of capacitors.
Also, you may want to check the Mac because apparently some of them, I don't think they have crafting cards in them. I had some issues when making the drawers. It wouldn't do sub-combines on some of them, so we may need to double-check that on some of them. But that means dismantling the whole bloiding thing so we can find it, so we can do that off-camera later.
Yeah, I thought I'd checked through the whole thing, but maybe I missed a row.
With as many as are in there, it's entirely too easy to do so.
Yeah. Okay, come on. Make more energetic alloy. Taking its own sweet time making this energetic alloy for me.
Yeah. Wait, energetic?
For the capacitors.
Oh, it's running.
Yeah, it's just taking its own sweet time at it.
Well, it's a smelting recipe. It's going to take a while.
I also need to make some vibrant alloy.
Which is going to require it.
Of course it is. All right.
Oh, I also got rid of the Super Soren drive down at the village that I just created like 5 episodes ago and replaced it with barrels, and it was like so pathetically easy to do. I'm just kind of banging my head into a wall when I was doing it.
That's funny. All right. Capacitor. Just waiting for it to finish processing. There it goes. All right, 2 of those. Now make some more of these. All right. Let's start making our various parts. So, laser drill, done. Prechargers, still waiting on... Oh, I gotta make these pink slime crystals. Do you want to... That's the only thing we're missing. We need 4 pink slime crystals here. And those have to be... We need pink slime blocks. Okay, well at least we've got lots of pink slime.
Yeah, keep in mind that's 9 pink slime per block.
Yep, well we got lots. We only need 4 crystals, which just requires smelting 4 blocks, so it's...
Yep.
Easy peasy. I'll just throw that in our spare smelter here.
And of course we've got that powered spawner if we need more.
Yep. No issues. There they go. On their way.
Excellent.
Alright, capacitors, and we'll be good to go. Now we just need a place for this thing. And the power, of course.
Yeah, about that.
Are we up and running?
Well, there's a kind of a hitch with the prechargers.
Oh?
Yeah, if you're wanting this laser to run at maximum efficiency, it's going to need to go from 128 blocks up all the way down to bedrock.
Well, that's not that hard.
Well, that will involve having a laser that will insta-give anything walking through it, shining all the way down from way above top level all the way down to bedrock.
That's okay.
We can do that, but we'll need to build something at 128 blocks to be able to build it on a foundation.
Well, I guess we need an angel block then.
Maybe not. I'm looking at this slime island nearby. It's been such an aggravating piece of landscape. It's about time that it served a useful function.
Fair enough. I've grabbed an angel block just in case because they are dirt cheap.
And I can confirm that the island is high enough to be able to get the maximum efficiency.
Alright, so we're just missing fused quartz or hardened glass or something.
I'm just making sure that the beam is not going to hit anything important, like, say, that blood magic ritual area.
Yeah. Shouldn't. Let's see. I guess we have enough quartz for the job. Let's see, how's it doing here? Whoops! Okay, that might have just messed up the recording. Nope. Looks like we're still okay. It just might have looked really odd there for a second. Alright, the question is this actually crafting or is it stalled somewhere? Should be going. Where is it supposed to go to craft? Oh, well there's a hardened glass recipe there. I don't even know where the fused quartz is supposed to go to craft anymore. That's kind of funny. Okay. Alright. Apparently, hardened glass is a little easier to make, actually.
Yeah, it's just lead and obsidian.
Yeah. That's weird. It sent very much the wrong amount of lead to the, or obsidian dust to the project. Oh well. Pre-charge. And 1, 2. Oh, come on. Why are these not stacking, I wonder? Did I really just miscount the amount of materials I'm going to need for the job? That doesn't feel right. Uh-oh. I'm having a nightmare. There's something horrible about to kill me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. At some point we need to work on a way to fix that.
No kidding. So somewhere in our base there is one of those things. I wonder if it's tied up here. Yep, looks like it might be. Oops, no, not the... What was it? Dang it. Okay, for some reason I've managed to miscount. Okay. There's the hardened glass. Interesting. So it'll tie things up in a crafting table if you leave the recipe there. Did you know that?
Vaguely.
Yeah, if you leave one of the crafting terminals with a recipe active in it, those materials are tied up.
Good to know.
Yeah. So somewhere there is one of these things, but danged if I know where.
What things are we looking for?
One of the whatchamacallit, Thaumcraft flux thing. The thing that hunts you. Oh, never mind. There he is. Hello. Eldritch Guardian. Got him. My nightmare has ended, I think. Good. Okay, so we need... Last thing we need... Ah, yes. The spare tesseracts. Okay, so is this... Are we producing steam yet, or is it still not quite?
Right now, I'm digging a line to bedrock.
Okay. All right. All right, frequency 18 is now called Mega Power.
And fortunately, I have fire resistance, so if I fall into lava, no biggie.
All right, awesome. Do you have the conduits we need on you, or should I grab some power conduits?
I've got the power conduits.
You got the... Yeah, you've got ones that'll carry enough power for our purposes? Awesome, okay. I am bringing up the laser. Bring on the death ray. Have you set up a spot where this is going to start on the slime island?
Yes, I do. In fact, you should see it. It's a outlined in cobble.
On the surface of it? Are we... Am I at the right... I am at the right island, right?
I'm at negative 336 by 540.
Negative 336.
Over by our ritual.
Oh, there it is. It's right at the edge. Okay, cool.
Above that hole will go our actual drill. So where that torch is where one of them is going to actually be placed.
All right. Drill.
And then they need to go out one, and so they're going to be on the four corners around it.
Yep. 1, 2, 3. You're standing on the last one. 4. All right. And I'll set it up so that the Mega Power, there's a route for the Mega Power to deliver items. Configuration. So send items, received energy. All right, and I'll set the other one to receive. I'm just going to head downstairs. So is that's actually working now, but it's not powered up, right?
They got charged by the wireless charging network when they were in my inventory, so it is fully functional.
Good. But it'll die pretty fast.
Pretty much, yes. But for now, it is fully functional.
Okay. Well, as soon as that thing starts generating power, we'll be set then, right? Okay, and I'm going to set this to item mode receive, food mode disabled, energy mode send. Get a few item conduits, and we're going to abuse a few of the tricks that a few quirks of the network I've got. Which is faster, item conduit or an item duct?
Conduit is instantaneous, ducts are not.
All right. So I'm going to use an item conduit to send the items from... Yeah. Well, you'll see. You'll see. I'm, as I say, taking advantage of a quirk that our network has developed with the Tesseract, the way the Tesseracts are configured.
Mechanic exploitation for what?
Well, not even an exploitation so much as just taking advantage of something that's already in place. Because the Tesseract network, the original energy network, is also an item sending network. So what I'm doing is I'm just piping the items from one of the tesseracts to the other.
That works too.
All right, that one goes out. Extract, always active. Now I just need to fill in the floor with facades. That'll do for now. Okay, so the question is, we do not have steam yet coming, do we?
And even once we get steam, we're going to have to wait for it to spin up, because it's going to take some time to spin itself up.
All right, well, I want to see where we're at on the steam anyways, so I'm going to pop to the... But in theory, that thing should be producing items, right?
In theory.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, just for confirmation, I'm going to actually intercept the items temporarily here. And so that we can confirm that we are actually receiving... Basically just want to confirm that the system is actually running. Dang it, did I not grab that after all? Weird. Oh, I just dumped it on the floor. That was silly of me. I just want to actually see this thing work. That's all. Okay, so if that thing is running, this thing should eventually start getting some items in it. Oh, but yeah, of course, there's no power going to it right now. Did it power down, or is it still running?
It's probably powered down by now.
Okay, I'm running to the village. I'm going to have a look at our steam generators and see what they're doing. How long before they're powered up? They are producing steam. Hold on. Oh, okay, I gotta... Alright. This thing's been reconfigured to send.
And we are receiving steam.
Yeah. Good to actually tell the Tesseracts to send their material, isn't it?
It always helps. Just like it always runs better with the keys in the ignition.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and this thing is sending power, should be starting to send power, right?
Not yet. We're gonna let it spin up before it does that.
Or it's going to spin up before it does that, or it has to spin up before it does that?
I have disengaged the coils to be able to accelerate the rate at which it increases its RPM until it hits the optimal RPM speed, and then I will engage the coils.
And then it'll start generating power.
Yeah, but look at it spin.
No. Yeah. It's like looking at a helicopter blade through a video camera.
Pretty much.
With a low frame rate.
I suspect he's cheating on the frames simply because otherwise it would cause Minecraft to blow up if it was trying to do a true flow.
You either have to cheat on the frames, or it has to be something that doesn't spin too fast. The windmills and stuff in Better Than Wolves are an example of that. They don't cause too much trouble because they don't spin very quickly. Their animation's a very slow effect. But this is a little more... It has to look more dramatic because it's a bloody...
Well, it's a steam turbine is what it is, effectively. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just like any steam turbines that are used commercially these days. I mean, 95+% of all the world's electricity is generated in exactly this manner. Do something to generate heat to boil water to spin a turbine.
Yep. There's only a few power systems that don't use that. I happen to live in a part of the world where it's actually more common than steam generators.
What, hydro?
Yeah, we've got a very significant portion of BC's power is generated by hydroelectric. It's just the terrain.
That's true. That's right. It's not a Niagara's network, but it's still, you've got a lot of them going out over there. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, solar and wind being the other two.
Yeah. Though I think there are some solar plants that actually use a steam light focusing steam generator. At least I've read about them in
Yes,
theory.
I've seen a couple of them in action. They do work, and it is a lot more. It's a lot less expensive to do it that way because you don't have to worry about the piezoelectric interface, so it's a lot less expensive in terms of material components. You can build it with stuff you can find at Home Depot, but it is not nearly as efficient as the piezoelectric traditional flat panel solar panels.
You have to live in somewhere where there's lots of sun and lots of latent heat in the atmosphere, like deserts and
Or
stuff. I
where
think
I'm
some place where those
yeah,
are really...
well, I'm living in Texas, so that's actually a thing down here.
I'm guessing you're looking at the turbine controller
Yes,
right now?
I am. Right now and if you look at it, I want to show. Ooh, timed out.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on there. Server. You so crazy.
I was about ready to point something out interesting on the controller. I suppose we can do that when we come back from our brief break.
Yep.
Okay, we're back, and I'm engaging the coils now before it blows itself up.
Okay.
And we are now producing 24,300 and climbing RF per tick.
And that RPM will drop down. I didn't know these things could blow themselves up. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, if it gets up over 2,000 RPM, if it gets into the red zone, it can and will go kaboom. And when it goes kaboom, we're talking IC2 nuclear cosmic reactor going kaboom.
Okay, so in other words, we should not touch this controller or not hit the wrong buttons on this controller.
Yeah, we don't want to disengage the coils anymore, but then again, we have no need to. And if you'll notice, the RPM is slowly dropping down. It'll settle down to about 1785, which is about as close to optimal as you're going to get, realistically speaking. Yeah. So, blade rotor efficiency is at 99%, so we're good there. If you'll notice, vent all exhaust is highlighted, so you don't have to worry about venting any water, and it won't slow it down.
Yep.
We are good to go. We are green.
And we also have 4 pieces of ore, including we're getting nether ores.
Yes, it will generate nether ores, regular ores, any kind of ores until we start putting foci on it.
Yeah. So let's just. I was just going to make a foci. So you need one of these. Do you even need a foci matrix? Now, if I use a green one, how do we figure out what produces what here? Do you know off the top of your head?
There are a couple that we're going to want. If you want gold and yellorium, that's going to be a yellow focus. I believe white or light. I'll have to look up which ones do which. But yeah, it looks like all of the laser drill pre-chargers are maintaining maximum energy capacity. Laser drill is optimally running.
Awesome. Well, at this stage, I must note that we have a actual minor problem with dye supply, so we're going to have to sort that out before we can actually make the foci. I think it's going to be pretty trivial. We don't have any dyes, and the system doesn't.
That's going to be extremely trivial.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got
sort that off camera, but depending on how production goes, we may want to produce yellow to help deal with. Now, I'm guessing you can mix and match them to focus down on a number of different ones, right?
Absolutely. We've got 6 slots.
6 slots now. There's nothing that can be done to make this work any faster than it is right now, is there?
It is running at optimal capacity at this time.
That's what I figured. Awesome. Now, for something that's basically just turning energy into matter, we can't complain too loudly. And basically energy into the matter that we want and nothing else.
Yeah, we can definitely weight the scales in our favor that way.
I have a feeling we might be losing the server again, though.
I have a feeling we might, but at least we've got everything set up, so I guess this is a good place to call it.
It is indeed. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episodes. And next episode, we're going to do a bit of tweaking on the Ender.io, on the ME network, because there's some serious efficiency problems that need to be sorted out. So we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Take it easy.